Alright, I've got my radium regulator on its bracket, but it's not going to fit with the Perrin brake master. So if you can look straight down there, that tab right there is where the radium bracket's supposed to go, but it unfortunately does not fit. It gets stuck. So what it looks like we're gonna have to do is probably lob this whole section off right here, and that should be good to go. And this is the normal stuff. You know, aftermarket parts, Radium I think has really good fitment and instructions as far as the product go, but it's not designed to work with other products. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like the norm of it. It's one of those things that people don't ever think about. So we're gonna lob this off, and then we'll stick it back down and see if it fits. So we got the bracket cut. We used our handy dandy Harbor Freight bandsaw. So we've got that end cut off. We're gonna test fit it to see how it fits. All right, so the bracket's gonna fit down there. Obviously this will be out of the way. It'll be gone when the kit goes in. But if you look, it's pretty recessed down there. And so there's a good chance that the regulator's still not going to fit with it in place. So it looks like what we're gonna have to do is actually bend this bracket straight. Alright, I got the bracket straightened out a little bit more. I didn't want to go too crazy with it, but fitting it down the way it was intended still doesn't fit. But if I flip it around, it fits way better. Alright, it's not the prettiest, I'll admit, but it is straightened up. I went ahead and rounded off or sanded down the edges here so we don't have any burrs. I may go back and round this out a little bit more, but I mean, it's pretty good. I don't feel any sharp spots here. So it's actually fitting pretty good down here. All right, I've got the regulator on the bracket. Obviously we could straighten this out just a little bit more so it sits flush and looks nice. So basically what's happening is the regulator is now clearing the brake master, but it's hitting the strut tower. So what we need to do is basically at this bend right here, kind of kick it over a little bit more, and then it should, once we kick this over a little bit more, we should be clear, and then everything should bolt up. All right, this is an extremely difficult shot, but I'm trying. So the bottom hole lines up, the top one not so much. The top one's actually hitting up against the Perrin brace itself. Let's see if I can get a good shot. But it's actually hitting this arm right here. So it's hitting on this face right here. So basically the only thing that I can do is just try to sand it down, shave this down as much as I can to see if we can get it to clear. But man, it's like almost there. All right, so after about 5 or 6, this should do it. We're finally here. So as you can see, I remember that I thought the holes weren't drilled, but I remember now it's because the Perrin bracket was slightly off. So I'll have to take it off and then wall out the holes a little bit. But finally, the radium bracket looks like it'll finally fit into the factory holes. And then, so now all I've got to do is just take it to the sander. And clean it up. I mean, we've cut quite a bit of material off of it. So we'll clean this up, round it off, get all the little metal flakes off of it, and then go on to the next step. All right, so after 57,000 trips to our belt sander, here we are. So it's on, it's mounted. It's not the prettiest, but it'll definitely work. So now, unfortunately, I've got to go through the hassle of removing the Perrin brake master again, and then we're going to go ahead and put that on our drill press and drill that out to wall out the holes, and then we should be able to bolt this all in, and then we should be ready to rock.